start your code of JavaScript, the first thing that you need to write here is that, like I have just taught you right here, that JavaScript is basically a language that adds interactivity into your web page. That means that it is certainly not a language that into which you can create the whole of your website. The whole of your website is always created into an HTML language. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. This is a language that is used for creating your website, for translating the contents of your website. So I also taught you into the class that JavaScript cannot be written separately, and JavaScript is always a part of your HTML. So right here, whenever you wishes to start a Java code, JavaScript code, you cannot start it like just writing the JavaScript code. You need to start it by first of all giving the opening brackets for HTML. So what you are going to do is you are going to press this key into your keyboard and you are going to type HTML bracket close. Just as you are going to close the bracket, you see I have opened the HTML tag right here. And if I'm going to press the H key, this one comes right here. So I do not necessarily need to type that. I can press the tab key onto my keyboard, and so this is your opening tag, and this is your closing tag of HTML. So the first thing you are going to do into your HTML code is that you are going to open your HTML and you are going to close your HTML. Like this is the area. So this means that you have created a script. And just after your HTML code, you need to start by working on the body. That is your body of this. And this is another tag of HTML. And if you open that, you also need to close that as well. So I'm closing it right here by putting a slash and body. And this is it for it. So I have two tags right here. This is the first tag that I opened here in terms of HTML. So if I'm going to click on this, you can see that this is colored. So this basically means that it is basically one tag that I have opened into your JavaScript. So right here, you were actually asking me a question that what are those key phrases or what are those commands, sir? So you need to remember that these are one of those commands. So the first thing you need to understand is that how you can create an HTML code, how you can open that. The second thing is that we will be working on opening the body of it. So you can see this is done. These are basically an example of brackets. So I have opened the both of the brackets. Now I can write here as an example that this is going to be my first web page. And I'm going to click on file. I'm going to go on save as. I'm going to save it onto my desktop or even into my documents, or I'm going to type right here that test.html. You need to give the extension of HTML, otherwise it will not run, and save. So you have saved this file within HTML. And so let's go on and check that if our file is actually working or not. So if I'm going to open this right here, if you can see onto my screen that I am opening this with the help of Microsoft Edge, and you can see that this is giving you the same message that this is going to be my first page. So I can put any sort of text here. Like for example, I can add any sort of text here that can be displayed onto my website. Save by going on to the file, going on to the save, and if I'm going to refresh this, you can see that this is the text that that is coming right here. Now, this is basically an example of your HTML, that how you can open up your brackets and how you can close them. The second thing that you need to understand is that how you can add interactivity into your website or web page. So for adding interactivity, you need to add a JavaScript. And the first thing that we are going to learn in today's class is that how can we add scripts into our JavaScript. Like, first of all, I'm going to open the tag as script. So whenever you are going to write the JavaScript, whenever you wishes to add interactivity into your web page, you are going to add this tag. This is your third example of your tab. So similarly, bracket open script, you are going to see the example, press tab and bracket close. So this is one of the bracket, but this is the opening bracket. You also need to have a bracket that closes this tag. So again, I'm going to press this key, I'm going to press the slash, and I'm going to press the script, and I'm going to close it. So this is basically a complete tag that is going to place your JavaScript interactivity. This is the third keyword. The first bracket was HTML. The second one was body. Here you can add any sort of body tags that is going to be containing the body of your website. And here it is going to be relatively the script of to that. So into this script, you can add any of your JavaScript interactivity. Like, first of all, what I'm going to do is that right here is that I'm going to create an alert. So I'm going to type here that this is going to be an alert, and right into that alert, what is going to be the message? I'm going to type here, for example, hello world into inverted commas and bracket close. And if I'm going to save it, so I have saved this right here. And now I am going to open the same web page to tell you that if this alert is working or not. So this is the web page right here, and see, just as I open that, it is giving you the alert. The alert says hello world. And this is the text right here. See, this is giving you the alert right here as well. So just if I change this with something else, or I just give it like this is an example of an error or alert. And again, I'm saving it and I'm reopening that so that you can see right here that now if I'm going to start it again, the message is going to be changed. So this means that what was first thing done was with the help of your HTML, you created a page, you give the body of to that, and when you want to add the interactivity, you added the script of to that. The script is the one that is giving you interactivity, and your interactivity right here is of your error. This error, this pop-up. Any confusions in this?
No, sir.
So the first thing was how you can add a pop-up boxes, how you can add your alerts into that. So this is mostly done by using this command. So let me give this the title of this is the first thing for learning today. I can say that using pop-ups while creating a web page. So this is the first thing that we have learned today. Now I'm going to move on to the second thing. And the second thing for today that we are going to learn is that how can we output the data within your HTML or your programming language. So the command used for outputting data is document.write. This is going to be your command. So for example, let's create another web page right here. I'm writing it HTML and HTML, and I'm closing it again. I need to close it as well. This goes like HTML. This is closed right here. Then I'm going to enter the body of to that. And again, I also need to close the body of to that. This is where the body is open. This is where the body is closed. And the next thing is that I'm going to type here the script, the same thing. And if I'm typing it, I also need to close it as well. So I have opened it, I have closed it as well. The next thing that you can write here for outputting the data is your command, that is document.write. And just after writing document.write, you can enter that my message for this page is this, and the inverted commas. You need to understand that anything you enter into inverted commas is going to consider as your comments and bracket close. So this is how you can do that. So let's test this. I have saved this page and now I'm going to test this. So the page is right here, and if I press enter, this is example of an alert. This is the last thing that I have done. And if I'm clicking on that, you can see that you do not need to consider that I was just teaching you this, but you can see that let me make it a bit more clear for you. It's creating a messed up, but this is just for teaching you. Let me create another page right here, and let me copy the same code right here to tell you that how it works. So this is my another code. I have my HTML, I have body, I have a script. I'm going to save it as my test2.html. This is saved right here. And now I'm going to take it as test2.html. So you can see that that document.write option has basically produce you a message. It has given you an output of to that message. So that's how it works. Any confusion still here? Now, what you need to do is that